Next game is going to be SPT versus TheOne. So let me sort this for you and get that ready. So we got a rematch of the finals of last series. All right, let me find SPT versus TheOne. That looks like SPT versus TheOne. Yep, that looks right. I assume that's fine. Okay. Once again, this is an incredibly wonky way of having to do this, but it does work. Excuse me. Alright, which one of these is game 1? That looks like game 1 to me. Drag that in. I hope you guys are all enjoying this. This was, again, not what I expected to be doing today, but I hope you're having a good time. I need to change the stream title. So this is let me see which team's on which side as well, because I'm going to need to change that as well. I don't have all this fancy setup that all these other casters do. It's very much an improvisational thing. Alright, so it's going to be SPT on the left, TheOne on the right. Oh god, they're using their Chinese names. Oh god. This is going to be real confusing, team. Oh no. What do we do about this? Alright, well, this is what's happening now. Why they gotta use their Chinese names? Oh man. Alright, well, that's what's happening now. We're just gonna have to call them by hero names. That's how we do it. SPT versus TheOne. Alright, and I'm gonna take a very quick break to go grab a drink. When I come back, it'll be time for... Oh, wait, hang on. I need to change the... I need to change the stuff. So let me jump back to the game screen so that I can change the team names and stuff. House competition. That's the plan. That's what we do. Nearly midnight in Australia. Watch the fort. All right. See you later, my friend. SPT versus TheOne. It's one word. Change the score. Make sure everything is centered. Come on, load up. Luna Goes Hots, thank you very much for the follow. That's not centered at all, but let's do something about that. There we go. That's pretty centered. All right, cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I come back, it'll be time for game number 2 of this series number 2 of the games that I have prepared for you today. So, don't go anywhere. We will be right back with Super Perfect Team versus TheOne. Don't go anywhere. And I'm... excuse me, I am back. So, turns out that I tried to post to Reddit that I'm doing these games, and my post has been removed again. Second time in a row because it's a stream. So I'm just going to try one more time and link to the Twitter post that I... excuse me, that I did. But goddamn, some of these Reddit rules are a pain in the butt. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to help the scene grow, and it's making it actively difficult to do this. Alright, copy the link to tweet. Alright, heroes. Submit link. URL, there we go, it's a Twitter now. Casting. Brand new HGC China games right now. Exclamation point. Done. Now it's a Twitter post. Don't remove it this time. Didn't remove it. Removed it. Didn't remove it. We'll find out in a second. But we've had another go. We have put it on the, excuse me, on the Reddit. I'm still a little bit ill, everybody. Excuse me. Alright. Okay, I think that's out of my system now. Oh god, that really hurt. Okay. So then. Thank you very much. Alright. Let's get this back underway with more HGC China action. As we jump into our second series of the game, we just saw a 2-0 being claimed by BTG over CE. Now let's see how well SPT will do against TheOne as we jump, excuse me, into game and wait for it to show up on our screens because it's a little bit weird how that works. There we go. Hobbs, thanks. You're doing a good job. I don't want to hate on you. All right then. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game, and we are on the Dragonshire of game number 1 of this best of 3 series.
Prepare for combat.
And spawning on the left-hand side in the blue trunks, it is going to be Super Perfect Team. With ZZH playing the Tyrande, we have Blaze, we have Luckily Boy playing the Orphea, we have Anubarak, we have Lies once again, Melody C. That is going to be it, SPT. And on the right-hand side, it is going to be TheOne, with only one of them using an English name, and it's not even a player we've recognized before. We have Tupokao, and then we have Phoenix, we have Mal'Ganis, we have Malfurion, and we have Hanzo. They are TheOne. Excuse me. So then, starting off at level 1, we're going to go with the mobile offense here for Phoenix. New habits being picked up for Blaze, keeping that mobility going. And we're seeing the Wingman coming in for Falstad. Let's see what he's able to make plays happen with that. Once again, this is Lies, the player who substituted for TheOne at BlizzCon and did such a marvelous job. He was so strong. Let's see if they're able to hold this together. And of course, TheOne, the team who he was subbing for, playing in here. No idea who's who. They've all changed their names. Excuse me. So, Hanzo immediately down in the bottom lane. Lies going to link up against him. We're seeing Blaze dueling against Mal'Ganis for the moment, but a surprise Phoenix gang coming in with the point-blank laser here, trying to get the stun. Good block onto the stun with the body blocks coming in. He's got the armor activated with the Pyromania, and Uber coming in for the stun to try and keep him alive, and they do so. Volstad even flying in is turned into a brawl at level 1 here, fighting their way in the top lane, unable to get anything. Only person not to join is Falstad. Is Hanzo, and as such, immediately we do see TheOne take a quick lead in terms of experience because they are able to soak, whereas SPT spent a little bit of time brawling here. They're even staying in lanes with Mal'Ganis able to get a little bit more XP here with Garrosh in the mid lane. Hanzo able to soak the full set of the bot lane. They will come at a tiny bit ahead in experience. It's not a huge amount of minions either way, but it's still value. As we see Mercenaries being picked up. Bruiser Camp a little bit quicker for Super Perfect Team here, but TheOne picking theirs up with Phoenix and Malfurion. Able to clean that up nice and fast. Hanzo already claiming bot lane. Hanzo, once again, is dominant on this bot lane area. His scatter arrows into this point here are deadly. They just harass and destroy. As right now, it is the double cap until Falstad was able to reclaim that bottom lane, but that will not be there for long. You can see how deadly this area becomes once Scatter Arrow begins bouncing around inside. Stormbow does miss, though, not able to pick up the kill this time, as Blaze being forced back, though, unable to stand up to Mal'Ganis, at least for the moment. Gonna move back in, though. He's gonna give it a go. Gonna try and hold the point. No, he takes the long rotation. Forces Mal'Ganis onto the point, especially with the rotation in from Phoenix. That will force the retreat. Excuse me. Hanzo holds the line for the moment. Keeping everything alive, keeping everything under pressure with the rotation in. Good damage from Orphea as well, luckily. Doing great damage. Hanzo lies again, suffering the pain of Scatter Arrow Hanzo in this lane. He's even gone for explosive arrows here to prevent the little bit of extra harassment onto the lane. It's Malfurion. Pokes away here. This Stormbow, this explosive arrows, is definitely going to help against these Siege Giants once he can get the good angle. But for now, just focusing on clearing the lane so that he can get into the point again. But we're seeing Poco getting hit harder. To Poco was taken out here, unable to hold the line. And as such, SPT using that wingman as well to just clear this even quicker. They're going to be able to pick up and steal away this Siege Giant camp. That's going to be 2 sets of Siege Giants pushing in against the wall here. Hanzo gonna need a little bit of assistance potentially, but Mal'Ganis is already rotated. Garrosh is dead, and Phoenix is soaking in the mid lane. It's gonna take him at least a little bit. Once again, making the most of that explosive arrow, using the range, getting the explosion onto Lies here. Sorry, it wasn't even the explosion, just hit Lies straight off, so the explosion didn't even land. Malfurion is very slowly working away at this top set, and is actually using his range, keeping them aggroed on him instead of onto the fort to prevent any extra structure damage here. Really effectively done. As we see them taken down very quickly, very easily. And a nice explosive arrow shot as well. Both towers down, though. There was a kill on Phoenix in the middle lane. A gank coming in from SPT. They're able to gain full control of that. We're seeing a full shield, full lightning rod build coming in from the Falstad here. An adjustment on the build here. Winged guard coming in for the Mal'Ganis this time. Still with the fuel by Torment, though. And hiding for the moment. His level 3. Sorry, I'm still a little bit ill. Mal'Ganis is going to potentially meet some friends up here now. He will have to pick his level 7. He goes for, that's not Warbreaker, for Black Claws here. The extra percentage damage. He's getting focused down. Drops the sleep. But who's going to drop the CC? Because there's a lot of options here. Trying to focus him down, but no, he's actually able to escape. Avoids all the CC. Yeah, gets taken out. We see the Shrine going over to SPT. They're starting to just gain more and more control. Owl spots Phoenix. Garrosh rotating down, realizing there's going to have to be an extra bit of defense on the bottom of the lane. Keeping control. Falstad also poking away at this as best he can. Just holding everything together. So, mid lane currently being held by SPT. Top lane already being claimed back by Mal'Ganis. He is going to be able to do this. It's going to take a little bit, but he will out-sustain Blaze. It's just what he does. The health regen's a little bit quicker. He just comes out on top after quite a while here. If he lands the Qs especially, he's going to have a much better time. Phoenix taken out again. This time, I believe it was here. Yes, getting taken out just below our little bit of action. And that's, once again, going to be enough to force Mal'Ganis to back up. Mal'Ganis' weakness so far in this series has been just being his allies being ganked. As we see Malfurion holding the lane for the moment. Owl immediately spots Hanzo, and he's nervous. They're going to let this go. Does Falstad have double bribe? Because if he does, he can just steal this away. And he does have one, and is able to claim it. Anubarak burrows away, keeps himself safe. Scatter Arrow, a little bit of extra damage onto him. And that will neutralize the point for the moment. Mal'Ganis reholds top lane again. Bot lane taken by SPT, but SPT are just about to hit level 10. What can they make happen with this as they begin to push forward? Looking for their opportunity to try and grab themselves an early fort, because right now, Mal'Ganis is not rotating from top lane, so they know they have an advantage here, because they can see Phoenix. So they're going to make the play, and they're going to be able to get it. No resistance put up here by TheOne. They back up and let this fort get taken out. Nice and easy. No fort interruption. We're going to see, though, for instead, TheOne, they choose to try and gain some value elsewhere. They start focusing onto the Bruiser camp here. Taking that down very quickly, looking for a little bit of counter pressure. However, you are against Blaze. He does have very reasonable wave clear. You've got to make something happen while the Bruiser camp's on the board. And you've also got to deal with this one. Taken by TheOne earlier on. They're going to try and take this down as quick as possible. Hanzo using the explosive arrow to great effect. Easily shredding through these. But now with more Siege Giants incoming as well, it's a little bit more dangerous. another set coming in as well. Hanzo is going to be stuck in this bottom lane for a while here, and SPT will have full control. Question is, are they going to try and make something happen out of it? They've got Hinterland Blast and Crushing Jaws here. They could try and set up for an incredible wombo combo here. Lies potentially trying to bait this out, trying to see if he can pull anyone out here to land that combo. But I think Phoenix just spotted the Nubarak and knew that that was a gank that could happen, and as such, he backed up, and so did Falstad. Knowing that it wasn't going to happen, they find Phoenix again, but this time into the fray. Keeps Phoenix alive. Good save there by Tupoko. Falstad flying up. He's going to say hello to Mal'Ganis, who was just forced to back up. Absolutely not going to have any trouble. A little bit of pressure onto Lies, who is tanking through it. Once again, making the most of that static shield he got at level 4. Trying to kite through, but he needs to kite. He can't afford to let those autos land. It's so much extra regen for Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis now in a 2 versus 1 situation. Even he cannot take that. And he is forced to back up. He has level 10 now. He's got for Carrion Swarm, so sustain. But another kill after Phoenix. He's so squishy if he can't get that teleport. He just has so much trouble. Stun. Indomitable is used. A bit of a body block. Here's the Hinterland. Quick pickup by Falstad. And Lies is on fire. Down goes Mal'Ganis as well. And SPT are in dominant control. Mal forced to back up, but he does drop a root to get a little bit of extra protection. Anub was thinking of capping it if Malfurion was going for any more interrupts, but instead he lets Blaze pick it up. Much more sensible choice here. And Blaze is now going to push in, grab these 2 towers. Normally you would try and rotate to bot lane to set it up a bit more, but bot lane's already dead. So these towers at this fort are a wonderful choice when it comes to a pushing lane at this stage. Now we'll get pushed in. Falstad is also trying to gain even more value in this top lane, gain more stacks of Wingman, and see what he can do up here. Phoenix. This is where he's been caught repeatedly. The Owl just spotted him here, so they know it's happening. There's the Shadow Stalk trying to give Lies a little bit of extra sustain, and it easily does. He uses Fly. He cancels Fly, but it's on the short cooldown, knowing that he's actually safe and might be needed for this turnaround gag. There is the Cocoon onto Garrosh. Can they set this up into a kill? Dragon Arrow comes out. Mal'Ganis gets delivered to the backline. He's going to drop the sleep and try and wade his way back through the rest of the enemy team. Takes too much damage, crossing Jaws, and a quick pick up there by Blaze. With the help of the Lunar Flare crushing Jaws there. And another kill for SPT. 7 kills to 0. They rush forward. Tupoko gets pushed away. And this will be yet another fort taken down. 2 forts with this Dragon Knight. 3 forts overall. And SPT are in a dominant position right now. Looking incredibly good as they push in further. So, Phoenix is going to be waiting around in this bot lane. Maybe looking for a quick wraparound as they do clear out the minions. Siege Camp will respawn, and they are going to be able to take this because currently SPT are not rotating in at all. They're just going to be able to grab their own Bruiser Camp instead. They're going to be quite happy with that. Owl will spot this happening, and they're going to be able to clear that Siege Giant Camp up pretty quickly without any difficulty. So, seeing a little bit of a turnaround here. The Hinterland Blast so far has been incredibly effective. Still off cooldown for the moment. Let's see what they can do. The Dragon Arrow. We saw a really good 4-man Dragon Arrow there, but nothing happened so far with it. Not able to make any kind of plays, at least. As SPT rotate to the bot lane, they want to clear up this Siege Giant camp quickly and effectively, and they can do so. Owl spots the one doing this camp. Such a risky call. And with everyone of SPT here, they don't have 16 yet hit, though. They might just not take the fight and let them take the camp in exchange for rotating off and fighting that level 16. And that's exactly what's going to happen. With the rest of the one pulling back, SPT, they send Falstad into mid lane to find some experience, which he is able to recover in this middle area. How many stacks of bribe does he have? He could try to steal this away. Not enough by the looks of it. He backs away. Not going to get himself caught out. Orphea, though, look at that. With the chump, cleans up this push. The tower barely takes any damage at all. And as such, this is a great defense by SPT. Now, pushing into the bot lane, the rest of SPT looking for some more damage with what's left of their Siege Giants. Falstad still soaking 16 for them, so it's going to be a 16 with half a Siege Giant push, but the Siege Giant will go down before it gets anything else. It did get a tower, though, so value is value. And instead, SPT, they raid this camp and steal it away with ease. Indomitable is burned. Quick stun is going to let Tupoko. Actually, it might not let him escape with the Lunar Flare. Tupoko focused down, takes huge damage, and there's not enough healing coming in from Malfurion. The Dragon Arrow comes out, but what can they do to follow up? Phoenix has not even got a single ult off yet this game by the looks of it. Hanzo with Dragon Arrow now down. There's the salvo coming in. Look at Mal'Ganis. He didn't stand a chance. The salvo did absolutely nothing. No slows applied at all. and it did almost 0 damage. Falstad makes use of the global, heads straight down to bot lane, didn't even need Hinterland Blast in that last fight, and we see Tyrande already grabbing top, everyone else delaying in mid, and Blaze will pick up the second Dragonite of the game for Super Perfect Team. That's going to be a big push into the bot lane here. Hanzo cleaning this up as best as he can, trying to keep this safe, but how much can he really do about this? Nothing happened there. Not able to land the hit, but he got the extra chomp. You know that level's lurking terror, the level 16 talent. Combine that with Mind Devourer, you're going to get some pretty good damage output. They're going to try and wade forward with it. It makes so much zoning potential as luckily pushes forward. A little bit of damage. Where's the chomp? Doesn't use it. Saves it. It's on cooldown here. So they take down the first keep of the game. Dragonite too tanky at this stage. Just easily able to wipe that down. That's constant catapults pushing into the bot lane of the one here as SPT. They pull back. They still got Hinterland Blast, Cocoon, and Crushing Jaws. They can still set up a huge combo. With Shadowstalk about to come back off cooldown, they can easily take a fight here if they want to, as they look for their opportunity. Pushing in the lane, slowly but surely. As the one hold back, waiting for their opportunity. Trying to just keep this Dragonite at bay. Teleport used in advance. He was so scared of what might come to pass. Lies! Might have overextended here. No! Barrel roll. Shuts it down. Keeps himself safe. He's even gone for the afterburner at level 16, keeping himself that extra 60% movement speed so that it's much harder to take down. Blaze in full retreat. He has Bunker though. They have Shadowstalk. Dragon Arrow comes down on both the front line as they begin to move forward. There's the chop onto Phoenix, dropping him low. Shadowstalk coming out, but it's Blaze who is the target. He's used most of his escaping with the Bunker already down. The Cocoon dropped onto Mal'Ganis. They're not taking the fight. Falstad coming in from behind. He's just doing huge damage onto Hanzo, forcing him to escape. Quick into the fray, keeps Mal'Ganis alive. And wow, neither team dropping a single member there. They're able to stay alive. Now then, Lies. He's still hovering around the area, waiting for his opportunity. Still got that Hinterland Blast. They've still got those Crushing Jaws. They're just waiting for the opportunity. As finally we see the rotation from the one, cleaning up those Siege Giants again. But there's just another set gonna come. This timing has been so good from Super Perfect Team, keeping this bot lane consistently under pressure. There's been mercenaries at a basic constant to try and get someone caught, to try and keep someone in this bot lane. And they're even going to be able to grab their Siege Giants. They could even push with this if they wanted to. There is no counter Siege Giant available for another minute here for the one. And SPT are in solid control at the moment as Lies rotates up. Wants more stacks, of course, on that wingman. Let's actually have a look at stacks progress here and see how he's doing. We can't see the stacks of Wingman, unfortunately. That's a shame. Stun landing here. Chomp is being held, not used. Chomp is not used as we see Anubrak trying to pull back here as Garrosh gets taken out here, the Bunker with the blocks. Now, can they finish off Mal'Ganis as Blaze keeps the zoning done as he has his stun up? Dragon Arrow prevents it. Mal'Ganis looking for the escape, and here comes it. Here's the Hinterland Blast, but Salvo looking for Blaze. Shadowstalk not enough for the save. And that ends up being a 2-for-1 trade in favor of SPT once again, though, but finally landing a good salvo here. We still haven't really seen the Carrion Swarm yet really being used to great effect. The Bunker was solid there, but they are still alive. As we see Falstad with the Hinterland Blast, this time finally being used, not able to get as many members as I'm sure he would have liked, but damage is damage. As we see, bot lane has been cleared out once again, but full map control in favor of SPT. Luckily is even grabbing this Bruiser Camp in the bot lane, so this is going to be a Dragonite plus Bruiser Camp push with absolutely nothing that can be done. We see a nice little wraparound. They're going to start this. Owl spots it. So far, no one's grabbing the Dragonite here. Garrosh, he needs to start this. Hanzo, he can see Falstad. Looks like they're just not going to start the Dragonite. They're just trying to pull everyone to the mid lane so that the Bruiser Camp and the catapults can get pressure done. They need everyone here to stop this Dragonite going in. They must send someone to one of the lanes to prevent this from happening. But the second someone shows, that's when the SPT will make their move for the Dragonite. The second anyone shows on the map. They've given time for Blaze to pull back, though. Here comes the rotation. Phoenix shows. The Owl spots him as well, and immediately you see SPT moving forward, looking for their angle. They're even looking for kills here, giving space, giving time. time for Blaze to pick up the Dragon Knight. And in the meantime, the Bruiser Camp has pushed this up. A catapult, 2 catapults about to accumulate here, with the Bruiser Camp taking huge damage onto this keep as well. This is good damage by SPT. The map has been painted blue as they look for a core play with level 20 to level 18. The Dragon Knight moves in. All heroics are available for both teams, and this is the One's last chance in this game number 1 as Mal'Ganis moves forward, going to try and put on the priority here. Garrosh is disengaged a little bit here, giving the Dragon Knight a little bit more freedom. They're going to try and take out Mal'Ganis before this even happens. Crushing jaws of Mal'Ganis is deleted off the face of the earth as the Dragon Knight, though, has already been dropped down to half health, finally getting through the shields on the core. They need Malfurion to be freed. He is freed. He drops the healing. We see Hanzo punted into the base. He needs to drop the damage. Dragon Arrow comes out, only gets a 2-man stun, but crushing jaws again onto Kupoko. He gets taken out, but the huge damage output from SPT onto the core gets them a solid game number 1. Very nicely done by Super Perfect Team there, able to take full control of the game from most of it. In fact, can I still see the end score screen? Yes, I can. I can show you guys as well. 13 kills to 1 here at the end of the game. We didn't even finish Lunar Flare. That's how quickly they were killing people. Didn't have long fights. Mind Devourer never finished. The Engulfing Oblivion, we saw it being used there. That extra cooldown reset there at the end. But wow, really, really solid plays there. Let's have a quick look at the stats as well, because I realize that's a thing I can do now. Really nice play. SPT able to just drop people. This Orphea, compared to the Hanzo, did a little bit less damage, but also neither one of them died. Neither Orphea or Hanzo died overall, but the effective kill potential from Orphea seemed to be much higher, you can see, due to the 6 kills. Phoenix, unfortunate there, 3 deaths, being caught out of position multiple times, and Mal'Ganis, yeah, he's so strong. Yeah, he has so many escape tools, but CC chains are his weakness. He gets locked down, and so many China teams are running these at the moment that we've seen so far today. Mal'Ganis is having some severe issues. If you're not running something with some kind of CC protection, this might end up being a problem for Chinese teams in the future. Let me update the score, and then I will begin to load up our next replay. SPT with, no, not 10, 1. There we go. There we go. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, that is game number 1 of our best of 3 series. Can the One bring it back? And once again, I don't think a huge amount of these teams have lost players or anything. I think it's more due to the fact that they're using their Chinese names, because this tournament was never meant to be broadcast in English. This is literally, I found these replays on the Chinese website, so that is where I'm finding a lot of these things. Right. Let me see. In fact, let me see if I can find their player lists, because it might be on the Chinese website. Maybe I can see if I can find them. Oh, I'm going to have to mute something in a second, am I? Yep, no, Doyu. Don't play Doyu. Stop. Okay, team names. Storm Hero. Can you show me team lists? You cannot. Why you do this to me? Wait, what if I click them? Nope, just gives me team descriptions. Yeah, just give me team descriptions, not player descriptions. Alright, so yeah, I can't see their full rosters, unfortunately, everyone. That is unfortunate. But we do have a game number 2, which I will now do my incredibly wonky way of loading up. This is... Yep, that's the right one. God, this is such a complicated way of getting this working, but it does work! And that is the important bit. That is all we are here for, just making it work and doing what we can with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, so far, we've already seen BTG take down CE in a solid 2-0, but SPT looking way stronger than where we saw them at the end of last season, with Lies back on their side, with that little bit of BlizzCon experience, getting all the way to the bracket stage. Looks like he's able to make a little bit of a turnaround here for SPT, and they're already putting on some solid plays in their first game of the series. Let's make sure they haven't swapped sides. They have not. And as such, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take you into game number 2 of our series. Thank you, Grendel Howling, for the follow. Let's head into game number 2 of this series. Thank you all for the follows, and get this underway once the screen appears. Give it a second. Come on. Come on. Come on. There it is. It takes a little bit, once again, just due to the way I have this set up. It's a little weird. Alright then. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Volskaya Foundry. And we are getting underway with game number 2 of our second series of the day. And spawning on the left-hand side, currently 1-0 up in this series, it is the super perfect team with Lies on Junkrat, Luckily Boy playing the Reyna, we have Tyrael, we have Mal'Ganis, and we have ZZH playing on that Alex Straza. And on the right-hand side, we have TheOne. We have Sylvana, second time today. We have Tyrande. We have a Thrall hiding in the back there. I thought it was a Zul'jin for a second there. But we have Thrall, we have Orphea, and we have Tupoku playing on the Anubarak. They are TheOne. As we head into a nice 5-man group up for both teams already coming in at the start here. Lies already raining in grenade pain, trying to set up any kind of damage possible. Thrall already holding back on his level 1, waiting to see if he maybe needs a Crash Lightning. If he sees a lot of grouped up people, he might go for it, but no. Seeing how far back everyone from SPT is playing, he immediately goes into the Echo of the Elements to get that early game sustain he can get in lane, and of course the consistent harass he can get later on the objectives. Tyrael already playing very far back, trying to avoid getting ganked himself. He's going to be dueling against Thrall here. Now, as Tyrael, once again, your objective is to not lose the lane. You're never going to win it, but you can avoid losing it. Dropping a shield will annoy Thrall here, making it much harder for him to stack if you can get it timed right, preventing getting that mana regen. And we're having an ace in the hole coming in for the Reyna, so nothing too unusual there. And our second winged guard, Mal'Ganis of the day, but this time coming in for SPT. Let's see if they can do it a little bit more effectively. Might of the Banshee Queen, once again, focusing on this Q-based build. Let's see if it mixes up to the build we saw in the previous series, though, where we went into a possession and then a shadow dagger later on, and then the double auto attacks. We'll see how well this is able to work out. So not going for the attack speed, of course, is the main idea of this. You still get the Windrunner sometimes if you feel like you can teleport in, get a huge amount of burst, and then teleport out. But the full auto attack build, it still works out, allows you to kite a little bit more effectively too. We will see which direction that they end up taking it. As at the moment, neither team has been playing especially aggressively, except for Tupoku here, who does rotate a bit further forwards, as both teams just picked up a turret and continue to grab as much experience as they can for this early stage of the game. Owl comes out, sees Lies hovering around, he's placed a trap, which is immediately popped by Tupoku, because he knows he can effectively without risking too much of him getting caught because of his burrow charge, and the currently very low CC amount that the SPT roster has. Which is very interesting, considering that the CC count is also not as high as you would hope from TheOne when you look at a anti-Mal'Ganis comp. They of course have the Lunar Flare, they potentially have Sundering. Tyrael takes a little bit of damage, but does survive. They potentially have Sundering later on, they have a Noob Stuns, they have Crushing Jaws. There is a fair amount of CC here, but nowhere near as much as we saw in the first series of the day. Let's see if it is still effective. Any CC train is good. We're seeing Might of Sargeras. A bit of a mix-up on the build again coming in here. So 50 physical armor on the Necrotic Embrace, and then another 50 armor on top of that, but the duration is increased to 2 seconds. You can see here, so this basically means you can just does that work? Hold up. On the next hero basic attack, and then 50 armor after that. So it's a consistent 50 armor. Good to hear. Alright. Thrall rotates in, just gonna little bit of harassments on top of each other once again. But look at this, look how quickly Orphea clears these lanes, easily able to do so with the chomp as they move into position to hold the lane. Orphea once again going for Fright, and then can go into the what we have been seeing, that extra damage on the E. Damage onto Sylvanas, though, is going to be forced to use the Haunting Wave. Gets out of danger. Concussion Mine, not landing, though, from Lies. He's looking for the angle. Lunar Flare, though, does land onto Luckily. He's forced to back up. He has the Healing Pulse on him as Mal'Ganis rotates in from the side. Sleep onto Anubarak, but no effectiveness. A good quadruple sleep, but no effectiveness gained from it. Neither team dropping their turret, and the Healing Pulse being held by SPT for the moment. Mal'Ganis is just eating the damage here, making the most of his armor, getting healed by Alex Draja as Tupoku dives so deep here. Concussive Vibe for the CC. They're going to try and lock him down as Mal'Ganis dives deep. They found the Sylvanas and a quick blob with the Dragon Queen, and Tyrael picks up the kill. Fantastic dive by Mal'Ganis there, forcing Sylvanas to back out and then giving her nowhere to run to. Dragon Queen expires as Tyrael aggressively moves in with the help of Luckily, and they're going to try and steal away this turret, which they can easily afford to do. They had vision of Thrall hovering around this area. A noob moves forward. He sees this happening, but they're going to try and kill off Alexstrasza instead. They miss the Lunar Flare, though. Concussive Mine cutting off any escape, and a Nubarak gets punished for this. They try to snipe the support and instead lose their tank, and that's going to give even more percentage over to SPT right now. They're in such a solid position, keeping themselves ahead and keeping themselves alive as they hold the position on the point up to 78%. A noob will be back in 2 seconds. They are going to have someone on the point at least to delay this if they want any chance to fight this. But look at this, Mal'Ganis, he knows he can wait. He knows they're going to have to maybe take one more, at least 4 versus 4 fight, maybe a 5 versus 5. He would much rather delay this a little bit, make the most of his team's XP advantage, wait for Junkrat to rotate back down, and as such, they're much closer to level 10, they're at level 8 already, they're still much closer to the objective, they just have to take 1 solid point, and they still have their turret. They still have 2 turrets, in fact, and they still have their healing pulse. They've already dropped 1 turret. Here comes the sleep onto a Nubarak once again, but he's broken up by the turret very quickly. Here comes Thrall from the side, a little bit of extra damage, but it's not enough. Sylvanas once again focused down and brutalized here, but the concussive mine almost the save, but it is enough. Sylvanas escapes thanks to the root of Thrall, but all the damage that was dealt is easily enough to force the one back off the point. The double turret was used as well, and with that force back, they're able to get the final percentages here, and they're able to pick up the Protector and even drop some harassment onto Thrall, who was looking for some poke of his own. Thrall, though, he has gone for that little bit of an extra Frostwolf pack here, and he's already halfway through stacking it. We'll keep an eye on that as we go, and of course the Mind Devourer coming in from the Orphea as well. So, the push coming in straight away, doing as much damage as it can from this Protector. This is, of course, the lane you want to push. This is where the next objective does spawn. We see the Protector pushing forward, a little bit of damage onto the Fountain. Trying to lock down Tirana, but it's not enough. Reyna's the only person with this. Everyone else is just soaking the individual lanes. So it is up to the Protector and Reyna to not get himself caught out here. Need to keep an eye on the health bar as well. It's Alexstrasza in here. She doesn't want to get herself caught out when the Protector expires. But they will grab the fort, and that is huge news. That means the next Protector, there is going to be no Fountain to heal up the members of the One. There is going to be no fort for them to retreat to. There is nothing they can do, really, about this next Protector fight. And as such, they are all pulling back and heading to mid lane, trying to find Lies, who misses the concussion mine here. But he's still able to dodge the Burrow Charge and Pale Lads, but the rest of SPT have come in. Haunting Wave gets Sylvanas out of dodge here to Poco, and the rest of the team still take damage. They all grouped up behind the gate. Carrion Swarm chasing down to Poco, but it's not enough. And as such, Mal'Ganis has to pull back and retreat, keeps himself safe. That was an aggressive push forward, but it wasn't enough. Lifebinder was available just in case that did suddenly start to backfire, but it was not required as of yet. Sylvanas mixing it up again. Mercenary Queen coming in here. In the extra damage, and of course the buff to Poco, forced to back up. Another healing pulse picked up. They've got 2 now. They really want some turrets as well. This is likely where they will rotate next, and we're seeing the Festering Wounds going for that big crit damage coming in from Sylvanas. But now we see the wombo combo potential. Crushing Jaws, Sundering, Wailing Arrow. So much burst potential with this. And a Starfall on top of it. Double Sleep guarantees the turrets, and it's an easy disengage by SPT. Absolutely not allowing the rotation in at all. So, Lies continuing to clear the lanes as best he can. And finally, we do see the One moving on to their own objective, realizing there's nothing else they can do here. And they just clear this up, grab it of their own, and this is the only turret they hold. Every other item has been stolen away by the SPT this game, by Super Perfect Team. They've got 2 turrets, 2 healing pulses. They are in such a strong position here in terms of objective control. And once again, you're fighting into them without a Fountain. The One are going to have such a rough fight come this next objective that I don't really see a way they're going to be able to do it. However, they are still on even talents at least. They're a level behind, but there is an opportunity for them to try and make this turnaround play. So we see them move in. They're actually looking to maybe see if they can steal a turret away. Tyrael, he's very mobile. They don't have the CC. They're not going to chase him down. More than happy to clear out the lane. Rest of SPT hovering around in the lanes, keeping everything under control for the moment. keeping the pressure on. There's a single turret here. Lies will clear this up with no trouble. Bot lane is abandoned, but a big group up. They've got a cocoon onto Mal'Ganis. The Banshee is slowly clearing it. The root misses. Did that reset the stacks? It didn't. He was complete, so Thrall lucky there. But with the root missing, Mal'Ganis survives. You can see Merc Queen coming into effect for Sylvanas here, trying to get the pressure. Here comes Mal'Ganis, though, dropping the triple sleep, trying to get to someone on the backline. Quick heal from Alexstrasza. In comes Thrall from the side. He's maybe looking for the Sundering. It lands, but the beautiful Life Biter combined with the Sanctification is able to allow them to push back forward. They chase back the members of TheOne, realizing, though, they were overextending. Without the Junkrat, they get nothing. They back up, and they don't get themselves caught out. But now SPT, able to survive that engage, they have full control over this lane. They clear out the mercenaries, they have control, they have all the items still available, not dropping a single one in that fight except for a single healing pulse. And as such, they are able to take position here. But this doesn't look like they're going to give up without a fight. Junkrat just jumping over Sylvanas, who is dropping huge damage out. But this is what she can do if she finds someone isolated where she can get that full Q on. But SPT, they are just channeling position. You can see Thrall, he hovered in, but he knows he can't do anything. And the Banshee is even going to harass him at least a little bit. That Reyna's Raider. Another bit of damage dropped by Tyrael onto Poco, but he's able to keep himself sustained. A little bit of just enough tankiness to keep him going. Sylvanas, when is she going to rotate up? Now, by the looks of it, she saw Junkrat flying over, but she knows she is needed. Dragon Queen is dropped already with the cocoon onto Reyna. They're going to try and focus onto Mal'Ganis once again, trying to lock him down. Thrall is already low. Luckily, here comes the pull in, trying to get the kill, but the Orphea damage is not enough. Riptire is an easy kill onto Orphea, who tried to dive so deep here, and Thrall with nowhere to go. They used a single turret in that fight to get all of these kills. They're looking for another one. Turret quickly dropped by Tyrande, knowing there's nowhere to go. And SPT just picked up 3 kills, dropping a single turret. A huge fight by them, keeping them in control. And with that, they're going to be able to get another healing pulse here. They're going to be able to grab the objective here. And what will be gained in exchange? Nothing, because the Protector was taken right before Tupoko could leash this camp. And as such, no one is able to gain any control of no one is able to gain control of that camp, but control will be gained of this mid lane as we see SPT pushing in with the... No, they're not even going to push in with the Protector. They're going for bot lane, because guess where the next objective spawns? It is down here. Burning all that Protector duration just for the sake of prepping themselves for the next objective. This is long-term thinking coming in for Super Perfect Team here, and it's working out so well. There is a disable onto the fountain, and they're going to be able to kill that off just with the Vague ability. Big shot out. Reyna can even walk in and finish that off. And that's all they need. In the meantime, Tyrael is 1v2ing, trying to protect Junkrat for the moment, who finally pops out. And they're going to try and make a kill out of this. A 2v1 Sundering for the escape, but Junkrat is still giving chase. He flies forward, looking for the kill. He drops the root, trying to cut off the escape route. Concussion mine. Yes, he gets it. Onto Thrall. They chase him down. Root doesn't land. Thrall, he's trying to sustain with the Frostwolf Resilience, and it doesn't keep him alive. Raider's Raider plus the grenades finishes him off. They are able to kill off the Raider's Raider, but in the meantime, the Protector, it finished off bot lane, and now it's finishing off mid lane. A huge amount of damage being done by Super Perfect Team here, and they were able to pick up the kill. That attempted kill onto Lies turned into a disastrous play by TheOne, and SPT are able to get even further ahead. Lies looking so dominant on this Junkrat, as they are able to steal away the camp that a noob had just tried to leash before the Protector spawns, and they steal it away as if it was theirs all along. And they even have their own to pick up as well. They have full camp control here. They've got a healing pulse, a turret, another healing pulse, and another turret. No one here can even pick this up. Junkrat is having to rotate down with Ripper Air just so they have someone to get this turret. Lies, aka MLEC, quickly picks this up and continues his lovely rotations with Ripper Air around the map. He could even go for this camp if he wanted to, but instead, he wants the minion XP. Keep everything safe, keep everything sustained, but this is looking so good right now for SPT. Banshee continues to scout out, seeing that they're not in any particular danger from a quick gank by TheOne. But TheOne, they are on the back foot. They are running out of things to grab. They have no mercenaries. They have no control. They have very little to push because they'd have to put themselves in a risky position. A noob actually having to back away as he's eating once again more Reyna's Raider damage. But this is a problem. Can the One do anything about this? They've still got the potential wombo combo. They've got that remorselessness. Got that extra damage potential. Sylve could blow people up if she's able to get the right angle. She has the Shadow Dagger keeping everything disabled as well, using that Black Arrow trait. The Banshee eats some damage as well. Sylve looking to maybe try and blow it up, decides against it. Thrall backing up, lands the root this time, is able to keep himself safe. In the meantime, Junkrat is just continuing to clear up lanes. He's just continuing to be annoying. So hard to lock down, so hard to chase down. And as such, he's been soaking a huge amount of XP for SPT in this game. Healing Pulse is available. I mean, SPT don't even need it. They don't even have anyone who can pick it up. They are going to have to use an item if they want to be able to pick up this Healing Pulse, which could be fine. Burning a Healing Pulse for a Healing Pulse just to prevent the enemy team from having one is a very reasonable strat. It does die. They quickly burn the Healing Pulse of Mal'Ganis, who dives forward. The Starfall coming in, sundering onto the point. Poco kills it, takes it away. He needs to drop that Healing Pulse because the chance he might die here. Carrion Swarm, there's the Healing Pulse. They fully retreat. They forced a burn on the Healing Pulse out of SPT while also able to keeping themselves alive. That actually is a positive trade for them. So finally, the One able to get something back in their own control. And the item is down. And that is it. But they still don't have any of their own, having to burn it on the way out here. It's still, like we said, it still comes out in their favor because they come out net positive in terms of stealing items away from the opponents. But they still don't have any to use on the fight. And that is, of course, going to be in this bot lane where the next control point will spawn. Where, once again, for the second time now, there's no fountain, no fort, nowhere to retreat to, but maybe, just maybe, there will be a turret. As they are trying to take position here, and they will be able to do so. Junkrat still in top lane, pressuring with this mercenary camp. Tyrael looking for... They could maybe grab a turret. Looks like they'd rather grab the percentages here. They have space for an item. Mal'Ganis could grab this. But instead, look at this. The One... They know this turret's available. They're thinking about stealing this. They know that they are going to have trouble getting the percentages. They need to be able to grab this, though, before level 10 hits for their opponents. Level 20, sorry. Because otherwise they're going to have a huge amount of trouble moving in against them. You can see Mal'Ganis still channeling away. He moved off the point at least for a second there. But they creep forward. Odoran's Might comes out with the Burning Halo as well for a little bit of extra damage, and finally Orphea moves on to the point. But why would SPT fight? They have no reason to. They're happy to back up. They can send Junkrat to mid lane even if they want to, but they're just going to let him chill here. They have plenty of time to be able to try and soak away to that level 20. They're so close to it with an almost full item repertoire, only down by one against the double turret that was picked up, so this is good news for the One. This could put them in a nice position, but Junkrat has already rotated. He wants that XP. He's even was thinking about heading to top lane. Don't know what he expected to find because it's kind of pushed up. He can't really get there, but his job has been done. He's grabbed level 20 for his team, and as such, they move back onto the point. The One, they know they have to let this go. They can't fight this. They're going to move back. And that means that both of these turrets are going to be used in the defensive positioning to try and keep everything safe, at least for the moment. But what can be done about this? Quick clear by Orphea, clearing up the minions, but it already lost the tower and a half health on another tower. The Protector, where is it going to be going? A level and 3/4 until level 20 for Super Perfect Team. That's so far away for them, it might as well be non-existent. They're going to have to fight this Storm tier talent down, and it's likely going to be this bot lane that it will be pushed. As we see the Protector moving in, SPT looking for a big wound at minimum, killing off this keep. Potentially, if they're able to catch anyone out of position, a lethal blow. Anub'arak returns to the base to join his team for what could be the defense. Once again, SPT are 1-0 up. If the One lose this, they will be out of the series. This is a round robin, so they still have a chance. But we see them pushing in here. Protector, good damage onto Tyrande, staying alive. Quick dance back, luckily, keeping himself sustained for the moment. But the keep is almost non-existent at this point, getting completely wiped. But the Protector drops down to just under half hit points. Good damage onto Sylvanas, forcing her to back up here. She did not go for the sustained Evo. She went for the evasive fire, the extra move speed, so no extra healing, purely relying on Tyrande here. As we see that turret taken out, Dragon Queen being dropped, all the items are being burned. First turret down, it's already disabled by Tyrande as they dive, by Sylvanas, or as they dive forward, trying to get the play. There's the Crushing Jaws onto Luckily, who just chases back forward, tanking through it as Orphea is deleted. The Sundering does nothing. Sank used for good measure, but it's a full retreat coming out from the One here, trying to kite them back to base and give them the chance. Sleepy Sylvanas Jess makes it back into the base, keeping herself alive, but the shield is down. The Riptide does huge damage. Down goes an Uberak. It's a 3 versus 5 to save the game. Down goes Thrall to Ronda and Sylvanas trying to keep themselves in the game, but that is going to be all she wrote, and that is going to be GG, and the solid 2-0 coming out from Super Perfect Team. They move up to be tied with Beyond the Game in the bracket. Very nicely done. Very effective. Good job by Super Perfect Team. Let's have a look at the stats. We can see there, that is a 9-0 game. So well done. So well done by SPT here. The only stacking talent was the Taste for Explosives, but still did a good job. It's not even as stacked as it could have been, just because he was able to grab, so he was rotating, clearing the lane so much. Thrall did finish stacking. Tyrande very nearly did. Let's have a look at that Sylvanas, because I'm really curious about the damage output of this particular build. There was a lot of retreating and kiting going on, and she is the most damage on the team, ahead of Thrall by quite a bit, and actually keeping up with Reyna, with Orphea surprisingly being the one to suffer here, being forced to do a lot of sustain as best as she could, but a lot of wave clear because of how much pressure was being put onto them there. And Sylvanas only dying once, but it's just not enough in this case. And look at the siege damage done by Lies. These rotations he was able to do, doing such a solid job here. And that's got to feel satisfying, being able to take down the team you subbed for and got to like the quarterfinals at BlizzCon with. That's got to be feeling pretty good. And once again, the talents, if any of you are interested in the builds. And hi. There is no bracket, because the bracket is already complete. I'm doing this from replays. Thank you very much, JS Scott Ghost, for the follow. But yeah, I'm doing this all from replays that I got off the Chinese website. I'm having to do this in a really ghetto way by like actually dragging the replay files into like the hero support file in order to make heroes run the replays. Because if you try to load them in normal heroes doesn't even recognize them as replay files. So we're having to do this in an incredibly ghetto way, so I can't bring up a bracket without spoilers, I'm afraid. So if you want to avoid spoilers, then I suggest you keep your eyes away from the brackets as best you can. But for those interested, this is the Heroes Global Championship Gold Series Heroes League 2018 Grand Finals. Now, the way China works is they have their normal league, which is cast by myself and Kendrick last year and the year before, maybe. But basically, the way it works is they have that, and the top teams go to BlizzCon. But the top 4 teams, in terms of positioning after the playoff stage in HC China, have a grand finals, which is what we're watching now. These are the top 4 teams from HC China, and they basically play yet another little round-robin thing. And this is what decides the official winner of HC China. This is deciding the official winner from last year. For some reason, it's played this year. But times, I guess. Time zones and stuff like that. This is just how it works. So,